Traveller's diarrhea affects about 40% of people going to developing countries around the world. However, don't let those stop you going to these countries, because they're some of the most exciting countries in the world you can go to. If you go to them, however, it's important to go with a few lessons on how to prevent traveller's diarrhea. Here are 5 top tips to help prevent you getting traveller's diarrhea whilst you're away. Number 1, good water. Good water is good life. Never underestimate the value of good water on your trip. And that means bottled water. If you're buying bottled water, get it from a shop with lots of bottles for sale. Check the top, check the seals to make sure that they haven't been broken. In other words, don't trust water that you don't know where it comes from. If you're off a track, in the jungle, trekking, and you need water, there are some things that you can do. 1, you can take sterilization tablets. 2, you can take a product called a SteriPen, which uses ultraviolet light to sterilize or cleanse the water. Or 3, you can boil the water. We tend now not to boil the water because it takes a lot of energy from the countries that you're traveling in, if they have to burn wood, etc. So it's not very eco-friendly. Number 2, brush your teeth in good water. That's the trick, because what happens is that when you brush your teeth, you tend to irritate your gums, and the potential for bugs in water which is not clean to get inside to the system is a lot more prevalent. Number 3, good food. Let's face it, one of the reasons for traveling to some of these exciting countries to eat their food, to drink their fluids in all their varying forms, and it's important you do that with care. Always make sure that if you are eating food, that generally it's either piping hot, or you can peel it, or you can boil it. If you can't do those things, then you don't eat it. If you buy fruit which is already peeled, the potential for infection is a lot higher. Cook it, peel it, boil it, or avoid it. Number 4, hand washing. Always make sure you can clean your hands. Sometimes it's a good idea to take some gloves, not necessarily in the style, because I can tell you, occasionally things fall down in various places where you don't want to put your clean hands, you want to put something which is going to give you a bit more protection. And thinking of protection, remember, hand sanitizer or soap before every meal. End of story. When you go overseas, some medication to take with you to help treat the traveller's diarrhea is always a good idea. A product called loperamide is very cheap, it's very easy to use, and it helps stop diarrhea. Antibiotics will also help stop diarrhea if you get it. And occasionally when you're getting on a bus, you need something that's going to stop the diarrhea pretty darn quickly. So loperamide and an antibiotic will do that. But you need to check with your doctor about that to see which is appropriate for you in your travels. I'm Dr. Mark Shaw. I'm the Medical Director of the Worldwide Travellers Health Centres here in New Zealand. Over the last 2 or 3 years, I've been fortunate enough to travel to some pretty remote countries. So I know these aspects of travel, and I know these aspects of health that I've suggested today are going to help prevent me becoming unwell whilst I go to those countries.